Hey everybody, Chris with Killer Arcade Games here. I'm going to try to keep this intro as short as possible. I'm going to say where or how I got this cabinet near the end of the video or just after the review portion. Someone was very kind and sent it to me. Just a quick teaser, it was Zohar, console fanboy, but I'll explain more later. And when I say quick review, it's because everyone's done a review on this cabinet already. I'm late to it. I've been working on the Shedcade, doing all kinds of stuff, but I'm just going to go over a few things I like and a couple things I don't like. And then after that, I've got a tip for you. And I wanted to just kind of go through the EJB menus and mess with the cabinet a little bit. I've already done a little messing with it and I found something kind of interesting. But I'll get to the EJB stuff and all the tips I have for you after this little mini review. For now, I'm going to pull the camera off the tripod. We're just going to do a quick once over and I'll tell you what I like and what I don't like about the cabinet. Here we go. So keeping this quick, first off, the marquee looks really good. It's a little dim, I think. I know that a lot of the problem is they always make it way too bright. Could be a little bit brighter, but the print is really nice. Looks really good. The top of the cabinet, yeah, I cheated. I didn't turn on all my cabinets for you guys. But anyway, the top of the cabinet is like solid, I don't want to say wood because it'll make someone mad, but it's the wood they use for the side cabinet, that MDF stuff. Underneath here is solid again, not a flimsy piece. We have the screen, which we'll get to in just a minute. We have a slanted control deck, which I really like a lot. It's about as high as the Killer Instinct, but the slant makes it more reasonable, and I think that's a much better option. And I think it just looks so much better slanted. They really nailed that midway look. I'll try to back up a little bit here. There we go. We'll just do a fisheye lens. You can see a very midway look. Please pay no attention to the mess in here. Everything's kind of out of place until I get in the shed. But I thought it looks really good. The screen is good if you're at the right angle. So I'm only about 5'8", and this looks pretty good to me as I'm standing here. But as taller people have pointed out, the higher up you go, the worse it gets, and then it just gets a little washed out. If you are on the left, or I'm sorry, if you are on the right side of the cabinet, it is pretty horrific. Let's look at this Mortal Kombat. I thought something was wrong with it when I was sitting to the right of it after putting it together. It looks just terrible like that. You come over here though, this cabinet has a good side. I'm way off to the left of the cabinet and you can read everything just fine. By the way, I cheated and put my initials in wrong there for CAG. Whoops. But everything looks okay from the left side and dead on. Just don't be too tall or too short. Once again, the side of the cabinet looks good. I hate that there's no Johnny Cage on the side, but what are you gonna do? It's out of their hands. No midway here, which makes it look a little dead and boring. I mean, you could fix it with your own decal, but they did put it up here. It looks like the arcade here. One thing about the buttons is usually these holes around the plexi, or the plexi holes around the buttons, are usually oversized and kind of ugly. They got a little bit more precise this time. They're starting to make them a little bit better. Of course, the color combination's not right, but that's fine. You can fix that later. Underneath the control deck, more solid MDF. It's not, you'd think it'd be this flimsy stuff, but it's not. I mean, this cabinet is pretty solid, and it gives the illusion that it's actually a control box, just like on a real midway cabinet, but of course it's not. I'd say the weakest point of this cabinet is this faux coin door kick plate area, but still there's enough backing wood behind it to make it to where it doesn't feel too flimsy. I mean, you could probably give it a good kick in and it would be okay. All right, guys, this is an important tip here. I think I had this cabinet running when I first got it, and I found the online play to be nearly unusable. I had a good 5-minute clip of just the fails. Just the times where I got booted out of games, which was nearly every single game I played online. I have a mesh network in my house. Maybe it doesn't like the mesh network, but that said, my Arcade1Up Killer Instinct cabinet is on the mesh network and it runs fine. I've never plugged it in. The input delay is so bad. But I do highly recommend you plug this into your network if you possibly can. Even if you have to run kind of a longer cord, if you can get away with it, definitely do it because you're going to have a much better experience. It was literally night and day. So what I'm going to do now is show you guys the EJB menu. Now I'm going to give a quick disclaimer. I think I said it already. I'm going to say it again. Doing the EJB menu has a chance of breaking the cabinet or ruining the software, the emulation. They may have fixed it, but it's up to you guys if you want to risk it. Early versions of the original Mortal Kombat 2 cabinet had tons of people breaking their cabinet by going into this menu and messing with options. I don't know if it's been fixed. I've poked around in them quite a bit. I actually found a few interesting things, so I'm going to show you, but if you do decide to do this, do it at your own risk. Also, if you're unfamiliar with what the EJB menu is, it is a hidden menu coded into the original arcade game by Ed Boon himself. Ed Boon is the creator or co-creator of Mortal Kombat. EJB is his initials. A number of button presses done very quickly and precisely will get you into a hidden menu. Yes, this works on any arcade game. A real arcade Mortal Kombat cabinet will let you in to the service menus of sorts. I mean, you can kind of hack your way into the service menus from there. So I'm going to try to actually pull this off one try with you guys watching. Let's see how it goes. Oh, I didn't think I got it, but I got it. Look at that. Okay. So we are in a menu that looks like a normal Midway arcade of this time at least menu, but really you're just in an EJB menu as it says at the top. Interesting enough, this is running version 4.0. If I'm not mistaken, my emulated version of Mortal Kombat is actually running 5.0, but this is 4.0. You can't do a whole lot in the Mortal Kombat 1 menu. You can see the game audits, which I find interesting, and this cabinet does save all of that information, which is a big update from the originals who just seem to dump all that information. It means your leaderboards save, all that stuff saves. I've had this on for 5 hours, 43 minutes already. I've played it for 52 hours and 52 minutes already. Is that, wow, I don't know how that's possible. Unless, oh, I'm sorry, that's 52 minutes and 52 seconds. Whoops. There we go, that makes more sense. Next audit page, you can see who's picked the most. Apparently I picked Scorpion the most. All that stuff's in here. I'm not gonna go through all of it. This is just a thing that tells you hello. You can enter your initials, which I think I will do in just a second, just to show you how it works. And character endings. You go into this menu, you can select any character, you'll see their ending immediately. Let's do the enter initials. It goes straight to this screen. Gotta be on the player 1 side apparently. I did this before and I accidentally put Cam instead of CAG, but here we go. And then the game reboots and your name will now be at the top of the leaderboard no matter who was on there before you. I think it shows it next, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. CAG, 24 wins. Hey, I even got some score, apparently just from doing the EJB menu. All right, so here I'm going to show you guys how to unlock the hidden characters using the EJB menu. Again, this isn't a tutorial. I'll link to how to get into that menu below. But for now, let me just show you how I can do it. I'm going to try to do it one try also. I've been doing these a lot. I'm very good at pulling them off in public settings now. I just need my cheat sheet, which I have down here. So here we go. Oh, I messed it up right away. All right, so I messed that one up. I know when I can hear the volume on, I've turned it down now. Normally, I have to hear the buttons clacking to count the button presses in my head, so let's try again. Nope, I definitely messed that up. I felt where I messed it up. All right, I'm in. Third, fourth try, whatever it was. You get a lot more options in these EJB menus. You can even run the fatality demonstration. Error report test, I'm not going to run that because I don't want to cause any trouble. But the fatality demonstration is kind of cool if you want to ever show off to your friends. Say you're at an arcade, they have Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and you don't have any money to play the game. Do the EJB code, run the fatality demonstration. You'll at least get 9 minutes of nothing but all the fatalities and finishing moves in the game. Here you can enable hiddens, disable hiddens. I'm not going to go through all this stuff. It's what it is. But I'm going to enable the hidden characters and we'll go back. The game actually reboots automatically when you press that. Then you can press start, go back into the game. Let me turn the volume back up. And there they are. You can pick all the hidden characters. And just for fun, I'm going to show you guys the MK2 EJB menu and how the volume does not change. You can change it, it doesn't save though. Here we go. First try, man. I'm feeling good about that. I always go into that menu by pressing it too many times. Volume adjust right here. So I'm going to turn the volume to max on the cabinet. You'll be able to... Very distorted. You bring the volume down, and I think it's good right here because it's still loud, but it's no longer distorted because the game is not driving it so hard. So like when the source volume is too high, the speakers are going to distort. Let's go ahead and exit out and hear how it sounds. Tiny bit of distortion at that level, but I think it's way louder and sounds a lot better. The only problem with that is, once you exit and then go back in, you think, all right, I fixed that, everything's good. Let's go ahead and relaunch it. I thought I was going to be clever and fix this, by the way, but here we go. It's back to the same loud volume, distorted and messy. So I guess we're just gonna have to keep it somewhere around 10. All right, guys, well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed this kind of mini review of the cabinet. Sorry it wasn't a super polished video. I've been really behind on even getting any videos out, so I just had to try to take advantage of the small amount of time I have and get it done. I do want to explain a little more about the Zohar giving this cabinet to me for free thing. Console Kits sent him a cabinet for free just because Console Kits wanted to thank Zohar for being a good guy, I guess. And Arcade1Up was also sending Zohar one to review. He messaged me and said he wanted to pay it forward. He wanted me to have the cabinet. I thanked him, and we rerouted the shipping mid-shipment, got it over to me. So thank you again very much, Zohar. I would not have had this cabinet without you doing that. Things are just too expensive right now with the shed going on. I'm too busy with that anyway, and too much money is going out the door with the shed. So go check out his channel. I'll leave a link to him in the description. And by the way, he did not ask for any plugs for this stuff. He was not saying, hey, I'll send this to you. Please plug my channel. Nothing like that. I just want you guys to go check out Console Fanboy because I think he's funny. And I think he makes good videos. I have a good laugh on there. He actually did a recent video of us playing online where he did some great editing. I don't like watching myself that much, so I didn't watch it at first, but when I actually sat down and watched it, I actually had a couple good laughs, so go check that out for sure. Thanks again, Zohar, for being so generous. You could have easily just sold this cabinet and made a profit, but instead he sent it to me. Well, thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below letting me know what you think of the cabinet. Overall, I'd give it probably a 7.5 out of 10. The monitor kind of sucks. The controls are typical Arcade1Up garbage. But they're actually somewhat serviceable if the stupid joysticks weren't constantly unscrewing. I may fix those temporarily, and I'll probably put HAP in later if I keep it. I have heard you don't have to cut the base of the HAP controls, which is awesome. You can just put them right in and they're ready to go. But overall, the cabinet itself is good looking. It feels good. It's a solid build. I think they did a great job with that, other than the monitor, the controls, and the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is just terrible. It seems to be a problem for a lot of people. So let me know what you think in the comments, especially if you have the cabinet. Maybe I'll see you guys online and we can do some playing, which has been fun. I've done a stream doing that so far. All right, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.